Another colleague of ours who's known Steve even longer than I have, and who's a terrific storyteller, is going to join us and come up and say a few words and then introduce Steve. That's Bob Baker, one of the assistant city editors at the LA Times.
Good morning. Actually, I've known Steve since I was a teenager, and in those ensuing 10 years, I've known Steve for 32 years. We met when Steve was a radio broadcaster at Cal State Northridge, broadcasting the football games, and I was a student sports writer at Cal State Northridge, covering those same games. And Stu was good enough to tell you about Steve's first big break in the TV journalism. I'll tell you his second big break in TV journalism came when he went into print journalism. Steve saw the writing on the wall very soon. What happened was that Steve and I bumped into each other in a very small newspaper about 4 years after we left Cal State Northridge. And I'm wearing a Laker jacket here for symbolic purposes to pay tribute both to Steve and the team he's chosen to chronicle. Because the Lakers to me were everything. And at the time I originally met Steve, I was one of these few people who was driving to see Laker games not at the Fabulous Forum, but at the sports arena when they played in much more humble circumstances. And I had remembered stories that nobody else would ever remember, such as the fact that the Lakers in those days had two players with very confusingly similar names, a John Wetzel and a Fred Hetzel. And it used to drive Chick Hearn crazy to mention them both when they both came into the game at the same time. And just a second ago, Steve was leafing through the book with me, and I asked him if he had them. And not only does he have these two people in the book, but he has the memorable quote from Chick Hearn that I'd forgotten, but I do remember now, which is that from Hetzel to Wetzel is turning my tongue into a pretzel. And it's hard for me to explain what it's like to see a dear friend be able to unearth the smallest sort of archaeological fragment of your youth and recover it and put it into a book. And I can't imagine what else is in there, but I'm dying to know. And it's been my privilege not just to have worked with Steve for a long time, but even more so to have been a good friend of his. So with no further ado, I'd like Steve to come up and tell us a little bit about the book at hand. Steve?
I feel like I've been listening to eulogies. I'm glad you all came to my funeral here.